proved costly for the Navy, which lost a heavy cruiser, 2 of its 6 light cruisers, 10 of its 20 destroyers, and 6 U-boats. Additionally, almost all of the other capital ships were damaged and required dockyard repairs. For a time, the German surface fleet had only 3 light cruisers and 4 destroyers operational in the aftermath of the Norwegian campaign. The German invasion of France, Belgium, Luxembourg and the Netherlands started on the 10th of May 1940 and became known as the Battle of France. These countries, along with France, were conquered within 6 weeks. The rapid defeat of France allowed the German Navy to set up bases on France's western coast. This move was strategically crucial, as it meant German warships no longer had to pass through the dangerous English Channel to return to friendly ports. It also extended their reach into the Atlantic to target convoys. Following France's surrender, Raeder saw a chance to boost the Navy's strength by seizing French ships and staffing them with German crews. However, Hitler opposed this idea, fearing it would push the French Navy to align with the Royal Navy. Despite being at peace with France, British concerns about Raeder's plan led to the attack on neutral French Navy ships at the naval base at Mer el-Kebir. The British bombardment of the base on the 3rd of July 1940 killed 1,297 French servicemen, sank a battleship, and damaged 5 other ships, for a British loss of 5 aircraft shot down and 2 crewmen killed. After the attack, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Winston Churchill, wrote, "This was the most hateful decision, the most unnatural and painful in which I have ever been concerned." From September 1940, Raeder urged on Hitler an aggressive Mediterranean policy as an alternative to an attack on Russia, and voiced serious objections against the Russian campaign before the defeat of England. However, after he received an endowment of 250,000 Reichsmarks, an equivalent of more than 2.1 million United States dollars today, on the occasion of his 65th birthday in April 1941, he changed his position, and once the decision had been made, he gave permission 6 days before the invasion of the Soviet Union to attack Russian submarines in the Baltic Sea. It was common in Nazi Germany that many high-ranking officers of the German military received systematic bribes from Hitler in the form of extra pay, grants, and even gifts of land and estates. After the invasion of the Soviet Union on the 22nd of June 1941, the German Navy was forced to fight not only in the Atlantic, but also in the northern seas to stop Allied convoys supplying the Soviet Union. At the same time, Raeder wanted to start firing on US warships even if unprovoked, and throughout 1941 urged Hitler to declare war on the United States. Raeder's career as a top naval officer effectively ended after the Battle of the Barents Sea, which was fought on the 31st of December 1942 and involved British and German naval forces in the Arctic Ocean. The British convoy, consisting of 14 merchant ships carrying over 100 aircraft, 2,000 vehicles, 200 tanks, aviation fuel, and other essential supplies, was en route to the Soviet Union when it was intercepted by a German fleet led by Admiral Oskar Kumets. Despite being outgunned, the British, commanded by Captain Robert Sherbrooke, effectively defended the convoy. British destroyers and smaller warships skillfully used smokescreens and aggressive tactics to fend off the German heavy cruisers and destroyers. The Germans failed to destroy any merchant ships, leading to a significant strategic and morale victory for the Allies. The battle's outcome had profound consequences, exposing the ineffectiveness of the German surface fleet in such engagements. Admiral Kumets, on his way back to Norway, chose to maintain radio silence to avoid reporting his failure. However, Hitler eventually learned about the incident, not from his admirals but from Reuters, which broadcast the news with great fanfare on the night of the 1st of January, 1943. This news infuriated Hitler, especially since he received official confirmation from Raeder only on the 6th of January, 6 days after the British radio announcement. Following Hitler's outrage, Raeder offered him his resignation. Karl Dönitz then replaced Erich Raeder as Commander-in-Chief of the Navy, and Raeder was named Admiral Inspector, a ceremonial office. The Second World War in Europe ended on the 8th of May, 1945, and the following month, Raeder was captured by Soviet troops and imprisoned in Moscow. At the end of July, he was taken to Nuremberg to stand trial on several counts: conspiracy to commit crimes against peace, planning, initiating, and waging wars of aggression, participation in war crimes, and crimes against humanity. The most serious charge against Raeder was that he carried out unrestricted submarine warfare, including sinking of unarmed merchant ships, of neutrals, non-rescue and machine gunning of survivors, contrary to the London Protocol of 1936. Raeder was found guilty on all counts and sentenced to life imprisonment. He was surprised by this verdict, as he had expected to be sentenced to death. Due to his ill health, Raeder was eventually released in September 1955. When Erich Raeder died of natural causes on the 6th of November 1960 in Kiel, West Germany, he was 84 years old. There were no tears shed for Erich Raeder.